Check this out. Little life of a boss play.
Are we on? Nice. You're very welcome to the R.A.P Music Podcast. What number is this?
I think it's 5.
No, we've done more. Well, probably not actually.
Do you want me to check before we start?
No, I thought we'd started. No, fuck it. Bring the people into the process. This is how it goes around here. Not everything is worked out. Ladies and gentlemen, let me draw your attention to the fact that my notes for this month fit on a fucking post-it note. Do you like that shit?
I actually do. It is a legitimate physical post-it note.
I mean, it's one of those things where I've put it into my notebook and it's like, you know, these are my fucking short notes and I'm going to expand that shit to the full size of the page. But then I just never did that, like, so.
No, it looks like a wee scrapbook, though. I like it.
Yeah, so if I'm really struggling to think of something, like, it's all my own fault. Poor preparation, poor research. Have been listening to fuck all music lately. Been podcasting the bit out, as I was saying to you there.
But you've got some gems, though. I like it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm always going to have something to talk about, like. So I'm starting to wonder as well, like, how badly off am I in terms of stuff at the minute? Because I no longer subscribe to both Classic Rock and Metal Hammer, which I did for a very long time. Like both,
actually, likewise,
every month.
Yeah.
And then now I just don't. So I'm wondering, like, am I missing out on a lot of cool hipster stuff that is flying under the radar? You know, we only hear about the fucking
what we like.
Well, yeah, and you know, there's, I don't know. I have so much fucking, in terms of on my Facebook timeline and shit, like metal bands and metal blogs.
Yeah.
But I need to get that shit for the punk scene as well, because that's, you know, that's where my heart is a lot of the time. Like, so I don't know. Just we need to fucking start seeing who else is putting out fucking content here.
So what's the blame? Just our own ignorance at it, or I mean?
No, fuck. I don't know. I'm sure the content's out there. I just have to go and find it.
I don't know. It was just not to get into the whole back then or anything. Like even a couple of years ago, it was just different. Like you were getting CDs for free in magazines. You were getting, I don't know, maybe even just being at school, you're stuck with people, the same people you know and like and listen to music with, and they're picking out something new while you're picking out something new, and you're kind of swapping bands every so often. Whereas now you're just on your fucking own. Yeah. Whenever you decide to stick on, like I'll randomly find some stuff like Boba Flex or something from just skimming through covers of songs or something, and find the band going, oh, they did a good cover, I'll go check out their stuff then. Sometimes that's the only process. I'll find someone new.
Who the fuck are Boba Flex?
Their covers are better, I think, than their actual stuff. They did a good cover of Hey You, the Pink Floyd tune. Really fucking cool. Video for it is actually better than the song, I think. But
so I suppose you better tell me then about saying as you brought it up, I suppose you better tell me about Doom Side of the Moon.
Doom Side of the Moon.
I mean, it's such a cool idea, and I want to fucking hear it. But one, I don't know Dark Side of the Moon, and two, I haven't got around to it.
Okay, well, this, for anyone else interested, it literally is just Doom sludge metal version of Dark Side of the Moon, and
it's by the guitar player from The Sword.
Yes, it was
that's
just about
the selling point, isn't it?
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
I believe it begins with a J.
It could be. We'll just call him Jay for now. So Jay has been working away at this. From what I understand, I think he's doing multiple instruments as well on it. It seems to be, might as well say a vanity project, to be honest. If you've got all that equipment sitting there and you want to go ahead and do a cover of something, go ahead. And for people like us, it's great to just like go out, check this out. Sound quality is 100%, and especially on YouTube, everything will just blend in track to track. There's no fucking about. You can leave that on in the background and work away. And things like Us and Them stands out in a Doom kind of way. It's not. Fuck, I'm trying to think. If you like the Sword, you're going to like it.
Right. Okay.
That's all I can say.
So does it have any like of their sort of thrashy parts? So they do tempo changes and stuff like, or is it very?
They're more chilled vibe. They do stay faithful enough to the
synths, spacey.
Yeah,
nice.
But that's what you need. I for one, sometimes even when you see like punk versions of certain things, straight away I'm just in my head going, I don't know. Already I'm looking at the track and it's like half the time of the actual song already. I'm sitting there going, so it's just going to be it's going to sound like a little shit fall down the stairs, basically. So I get put off. That's only ignorance with punk sometimes, because it seems to be, we're just going to play your tune as fast as we can, as sloppy as we can. and someone's going to shout the whole way through it, and I'm supposed to applaud that. I'm like, it's not happening. But then again, everyone will say that's metal as well. So.
Yeah. No, I love the punk, and I do have some. I have like, I think I have your. To be honest, I think I have your way into the punk scene.
Which is
okay. No, it's too soon.
We're talking about
because I'm gonna break this shit. I want to break this shit down. For
break my walls down
a little bit later on. Okay, but mentioning drone side of the moon or doom side of the moon brings me quite neatly on to something that I was going to talk about.
Mm-hmm. But now you're going to have to.
Yeah. I was going to talk about it anyway, but another sick fucking sounding cover band. Now, I think they only play live, so this is my fucking problem, okay? But Electronica Wizard.
You did kind of like a giddy child send this to me not too long ago. What's this all about?
Electric Wizard covers 3 synthesizers on a drum kit.
And that's it?
How fucked up must that be? Because you can get pretty close to a guitar sound on keyboards. You can get
that in my head originally
distorted sounds.
That's a lot of layered synths, but okay. That's one for the headphones. So is Doomside of the Moon for anyone else.
Oh yeah, they're headphone albums.
That's a headphone album.
Fuck, I 100%. Love a good headphone album.
There's nothing better.
Yeah, so check it out. I was on the way down the road and it was with one of my non-metal listening friends. So I had a fucking.
That's always a good test.
Had to
pick something on in the background and no one.
Bingo.
I don't want them not to say anything, but maybe even just a wee.
So here's what I went for. He kicked us off with Fleetwood Mac, and then I was easing them in. Sam and Dave. Hold on, I'm coming.
What version of Fleetwood Mac?
It was something off Rumours.
Right, so
okay, so not going balls deep. We're talking about Stevie Nicks period here.
It's like a Man of the World, the whole up the road. It's like fuck no.
So we had that, and then it brought us into Sam and Dave.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm coming from the Blues Brothers soundtrack.
Yeah,
incredible. And then I was like, all right, Keno, I'm gonna bring you into it now. So check it out. This is one of the bands I'm going to be talking about on the podcast. That was a nice, wee,
steady build to whatever's going on here. So what was it?
Okay, so then dropped into Turbo Wolf's cover of Electric Feel. A crowd pleaser. Definitely.
For years I used to love fucking MGMT. Now because of the Turbo Wolf verse, I don't have to listen to MGMT anymore.
MGMT aren't the worst certainly, but
I know, but I have an excuse not to listen to them now.
So I pulled them into that. We had Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue.
Brilliant.
Crossfire, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. An excellent fucking song. One of Stevie's best solos too, which is fucking saying something. And then Brought It Home just as we were hitting Warren Point Roundabout there. As like his dad's an old school rocker.
You need like a,
be in a band,
3-minute one. Yeah.
Me and him are always fucking talking about Gary Moore and whatnot. He's old school. So I was like, so one time I was telling him that The Darkness were my favourite band, and he's like, "Oh, they're not a joke band." And I was like, "No, they have a sense of humour. It's different." Like,
yeah, there's a big difference.
I was like, if he ever tries that shit again, check it out. Put on Love Is Only a Feeling. Like, fucking top 10 power ballads of all time. Easy.
It's up there.
You know what I mean? In terms of its sheer quality, it is fucking brilliant. And then I love how it's just big intro, big intro, and then it breaks down into fucking mandolin lighter waving part, and then it's it's obviously about it's a fucking love story or whatever, and then it's like heavy guitars start to break in the background. It's like, oh, maybe this relationship isn't going so well. Maybe there are problems.
Yeah.
Maybe what we need here is a massive chorus to uplift everybody, and it's just like boom. So it's no perfect. And
that's why I love it. You actually will sit there and work out a whole fucking narrative.
There's some fucking unbelievable Thin Lizzy worship going on there. See, if people are going to fucking, say it, right, just for talk's sake, because you know what metal fans are like, they are fucking yaps. Like,
yeah,
if they're going to fucking listen to our podcast or whatever and like get down when we're fucking licking Mastodon's ballsack, which is every month.
While we gaze at the fucking poster.
Still mesmerised by it, but
yeah.
You want fucking harmonised guitar leads, you need to be listening to The Darkness, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Like,
no, I need to resurface that kind of shit.
Man, just the first album, there's some and it's not all the time in the guitar solos. Like whenever they hit a harmonised run, it's just like wow. And they do a harmonised bit in Is It Just Me on stage, back to back tapping, and then the fucking spin round and high five each other in perfect time, and you're just like wow, not a chord missed.
I will give you one thing. We'll throw you a bone at it. The other day when I was rearranging the studio, as I
love it, by the way,
as I do every couple of fucking weeks out of boredom, I did have permission to land on.
Brilliant.
Again, to throw back to what we were talking a few minutes ago, another perfect fucking headphone album to stick on.
Well, perfect. Any like that's
Great
not
driving
just
album
headphone-
as well.
Yeah,
No,
baby.
Great. See, anytime. Usually have to do a drive between Uri and Enniskillen, and that's about a 2.5 hour drive. Usually the automatic one that goes on is the Blues Brothers soundtrack. Has to be done.
Yeah, it's a great one.
But things like Personal Land will be one of the revolving albums to go on. It's perfect to stick it on whole way through driving. You're arriving with a fucking smile, so you're happy enough. Like,
So I thought that might bring us nicely. Well, not that it would be great to sit and talk about good driving albums here.
still,
all night.
another one.
But I thought I could fucking break down for people how the new Darkness album has gone. So let me just get it juked up here so I can go through track names, because like I don't fucking really always deal in track names.
Same.
Like do you know what I mean when I say that? Like
yeah.
I'd be like, fucking the track that comes on after that one about trains is great. It's fucking brilliant. Love the fucking keyboards in it.
Yeah.
And people are looking at you like, you know, and it's like, well, maybe I just fucking relate to this music in a fucking different way. Like,
Because I try and listen to.
fucking digging the microphone stand there, sorry.
Well, I know I don't try and remember as many tracks because I want to try and just stick on the whole album.
Yes.
Like, I know even.
It's all I want, like.
Yeah. The new, like, I've been preaching it online, and the guy from Alcoholica has been in touch every so often, keeps sharing and talking about his stuff. Their recent album, Sub-Zero, barely remember any of the tracks offhand, the names
Love
of
it,
them,
though.
but the whole album I will just stick on because there's a nice wee flow, and there's a great peak in the middle with a lot of kind of stuff on it. It was like Access Denied and stuff comes in.
I love it when albums
But
have
remember
like,
them, no.
movements. Oh, just, you know, and you know. it's
What's our keyword all the time? Dynamics.
Dynamics
Yeah.
is definitely my favourite thing about fucking music. Like, whenever something's a nice clean build and then it fucking drops the hammer on a riff, like that's what I'm talking about. So Pinewood Smile, Darkness's 5th album, 2nd since their comeback, 3rd since their comeback, excuse me. They only got 2 albums out in the original run. And I suppose if I had to sum it up in like a short way, or, you know, not get too wanky about it, I would say whereas Barbarian was kind of like a fucking strange album about Vikings and conquests and had like
So concept-y then.
long. It wasn't a concept album, but there was
Had a vibe.
a very much a vibe. But not that they weren't afraid to completely go against that vibe. So it opens with this like conceptual tune called Barbarian, which was about Viking invasions and like mentioned like a load of Vikings by name, and was
So
quite
did their homework.
and very Darkness, histrionic, like OTT, like.
Okay.
And then dropped straight into this tune called Open Fire, which was unashamed cult worship, which was like it sounded literally like She Says Sanctuary. That's what the guitar riff really, really was reminiscent of. So I'm just saying there were tunes on. What was that album called? Oh, Last of Our Kind.
Yeah.
On Last of Our Kind, so there was a little bit longer ones. There was that Mighty Wings, which had this crazy synth part and all. It was like it got really crazy.
That's where the money went.
Some, you know, and then they let the bass player sing the last 2 songs and stuff. You know,
Aw.
they're not afraid to fuck about. But it was a great album. I loved it. It was kind of conceptual, kind of long, and like almost kind of prog. It was like prog Darkness, but it wasn't be prog for anybody else.
Right, I see.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you were like halfway through that, you were like, right, get this motherfucker out of my house. But
No, I like prog. I don't
yeah,
mind
I
prog.
know. But when it's referring to the Darkness, it's a weird thing. But
Yeah.
anybody that was fucking turned off by that will be buzzing for this new album, because they're all short, sweet, fucking pop rock. There's like the juvenile swearing has been turned up to 11. There's a song on here called Solid Gold, and the chorus is, and we're never gonna stop shitting out solid gold. And there's just some really, really silly things they got, and you know, like they just don't take themselves too
They're not
seriously.
getting into-
it's just
yeah.
fucking fun. They've got a song on here called Southern Trains, and it's literally about the train company, like, and they call them cunts, and they say it's like you can smell piss on the trains and all, and like it's just fucking brilliant. But one tune that I'm really, really fucking drawn to is the second tune is called Buccaneers of Hispaniola. Now, do I have any idea what the fuck this song is about? No, none. But it's like really riffy, and it's, I don't know, it's like a kind of a departure for them, but like it's fucking awesome. So opener, All the Pretty Girls, is great. Classic bit of Darkness. Buccaneers of Hispaniola, great. Solid Gold is notable for in the video. He's in like a fucking bright gold catsuit.
I think I've seen this video.
And there's
Lord, yeah.
There's nice little classic darkness.
It's on the stage and shit. No,
Breakdown, no guitars, fucking just nice little underscore, and then fucking, you know, get the crowd clapping over the head, like, you know, they got there, and then he's fucking flips up and stands on his hands, like, and fucking claps with his feet in this catsuit. No, it's genius.
I've seen
dog.
it. See,
like, look at fucking how much, like, just thinking about the darkness is making us fucking unbelievably happy. Like, so why don't the beautiful cry power ballad in the fucking vein of classic darkness power ballads? Japanese Prisoner of Love is possibly one of the more unwieldy names I've ever heard for a song, but
it's up there with like Asian Hooker.
it is good.
Remember?
So it's front loaded. Okay, the best stuff is up front with this album, I think, or either I haven't played the last half.
What
maybe
singles
enough
out of it?
attention, but there's a great tune on the bonus edition called Rock in Space, who's sort of inspired by that whole pigs in space thing from the 70s, where the fuck
Muppet
that was.
thing.
But look, it's real classic good time darkness. Okay, it's not like whereas Permission to Land is sort of, you know, their first two albums, they're sort of serious, in the terms of like they were being like as serious as they could be for them.
Is that when they were still trying to be, shall I say, British?
Yeah, they're still
British
trying to
rock
be
band.
Yeah, and like
Whereas this time it sounds like this is like
no, well, this
American
time round
style.
it's like, look, guys, we tried that. We all got addicted to drugs. Now we're all fucking vegans. Let's just have fucking fun with it. You know what I mean? But they can sell out a 1,500 seat place every night, so they
Yeah,
can.
if they
So
wanted it.
that's a fucking career in rock. What the fuck else passes for a career in rock these days? You know, I mean, that's fucking. They're doing really, really fucking well. Rufus Taylor, son of Roger Taylor from Queen, is now their drummer. He sings a song on one of the bonus tracks.
Fuck, is everyone
They've
singing
got a
that?
tune called Rack of Glam, which is possibly the most darkness title
I like
ever.
that. Glam.
And it's a really fun album. It's a fucking good time album. And I don't know, this year, like, as fucking heavy as Mastodon was in terms of subject matter, in terms of fucking just content, everything,
Je ne sais
Mastodon
quoi.
was a big album for us this year. But
yeah.
2017, I don't know, right? Maybe I'm fucking losing the plot here, but 2017 was a fun year. Like, all the fucking big stuff at the cinema was, you know, the big serious stuff was kind of shitty. With the exception of maybe Dunkirk. Dunkirk was good, but it was very serious. Like, Baby Driver was a fun movie, and it's the movie of the year. Like, really ridiculously good fun. Have you seen Baby Driver?
I have not.
No, I knew. I could tell by looking
No.
at you. Oh my god!
No.
Movie
I
of
know
the
the
year.
crack about it, though. I'll get it.
Amazing soundtrack and so much to love about it. Kong, Skull Island, never going to win an Oscar.
No.
So much fun.
It was a good popcorn
So much fun without being too scary, but not being completely unscary.
Okay.
King Arthur was terrible, but like I don't regret spending whatever I spent going to see it.
No.
What else is good? Thor. What a fucking. Did you see Thor?
No.
What a fucking fun
I don't
ride.
follow
So,
Marvel stuff.
I don't know. So just if that's the sort of vibe that you're on this year, if you're in a fucking positive mindset, if you're having a good time, Darkness is the album for you.
Okay.
Pinewood Smile. It's their 5th album, self-released. So maybe try getting it on Pledge Music so they get
Yes,
more
they
of the
get a
money.
few quid.
Absolutely
though.
classic. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not picking out little bits of it to tell you
To
because
test.
like they're all really, really classic. I normally have like, oh, I love this riff, I love this solo, but I have really been absorbing this whole thing. But I think what really, really fucking like I think my favorite bit of this album is when it gets really riffy and on that second track, Buccaneers of Hispaniola. It's
I love the names though.
yeah, just fucking don't take it so serious, man. Just get in there, get it done. I was so happy because I always have that weird thing where I listen to my Darkness albums the first time, and the problem is that it's never Permission to Land, right? So I
Yeah,
always have
you're
this
always
weird relationship with the
benchmark.
Darkness album for the first few days where it's like, oh no, they finally disappointed me. And I live with that for like a day and a half, and then I go back to it. And it's just a weird thing, you know. But it, like then it's just like, you know, it's probably got more to do with me than them. But
It's definitely you, man.
every single one of their albums is fucking brilliant. Like, and really, just there's an unashamed fucking love of music that pours out of these guys, and I am completely balls deep. And have been since
Okay.
I was 14. Like, you know, I have never
Yeah.
claimed that my favorite band is anyone other than the Darkness, with the exception of the Wild Hearts. It's a fucking
Oh, God,
constant
yeah.
battle in my soul. But
Anyone else that's been listening this
And
dog
they're
knows the
mates.
crack.
That's the
Oh,
best
yeah,
thing
yeah.
about it. They're mates. There's a fucking Wild Hearts track with Justin Hawkins on it. When the Darkness got back together, they took Ginger's solo band out on tour. They paid them back for years ago. The Wild Hearts took the Darkness out. You imagine what them gigs would have been like in 2003 when the Wild Hearts were on their pop punk fucking Wild Hearts Must Be Destroyed tour, which was an excellent album. And then the Darkness have just dropped Permission to Land. The crack must have been fucking night. Everyone's still on drugs. Everyone's still on
Everyone's still rock and
a
roll.
lot of drugs, I'm presuming.
Okay,
I
well,
think Ginger might have given up the crack by that point.
Just
in
the crack.
fairness, but well, I don't
knows?
know, because with these guys there was a lot of
okay,
a
right.
lot of substance abuse.
Question then,
Talk to me.
because another band as well. When you talk to the Darkness, you talk about the Darkness to me. You have to talk about another band. You have to talk about Stone Gods.
Oh man,
So
unbelievable.
now, as using this new Darkness album as a benchmark, for me, is it more of? It seems to be the way you're describing it leans more towards what Stone Gods were doing than the Darkness were doing.
If you are a fucking old school Darkness fan who doesn't really understand the new material, and you really like the Stone Gods, I would say Last of Our Kind is probably the album for you. But also I'd say Hot Cakes probably is as well, because Hot Cakes is like their least cohesive album. That was their comeback album. So it had a lot of fucking ideas, and you know, it wasn't put together in the way that Last of Our Kind is, with a concept, with a theme, all this shit. So
Okay.
possibly it had to do with where they recorded it. Okay, I love how they always say in the recording of Last of Our Kind, they tried to record it in Ibiza, and they were like, fucking
Why?
we're putting fucking steel drums on everything, and it was like sounding like calypso music, and they were like, boys, we need to get the fuck out of here and decamp to an island off the coast of Kerry. And that's why it's kind of folky and stuff in
Yeah,
places.
That's a good vibe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can imagine them down. I don't think any of them
Fuck the steel
partake
drums.
anymore, but maybe they snuck a wee pint of Guinness beside a turf fire, you know, and they were like, we need to fucking represent the medieval, the Viking people, and that's
So
where all that
strap
came
on
from.
a Thin
So,
Lizzy t-shirt and work away.
well, Dan's
That's it.
never now. Dan, who was never seen out of a Thin Lizzy t-shirt,
True.
has recently and is in the Solid Gold video rocking the jeans, white shirt, tie, and school blazer look. Hello, Angus, yo. So, Stone Gods. If you're a big Stone Gods fan and you want a little bit more of that, I would say check out Last of Our Kind and Hot Cakes.
Okay.
Hot Cakes just gets weird in the back half. Like, they did that cover of Radiohead, Street Spirit. Have you heard that shit?
I'm sorry,
Darkness
I'm
covering
sorry.
Radiohead.
No, I straight away once you mentioned Radiohead, I'm just like, no. I remember all that shit back. It was coming out, and it was
Check
just
it out.
dreary
Well,
time.
look, I'm not asking you to check out Radiohead. I'm asking you to
too
check
many
out
memories.
the Darkness fucking cover. I don't mind Radiohead. I don't understand why they don't write more tunes that sound like Just. If I could play a fucking guitar like Johnny Greenwood, I fucking would. You know, I wouldn't be dicking about with fucking keyboards and fucking
Again,
sitars and
vegans.
stuff. Yeah, weird. So, look, Darkness, Pinewood Smile, I'm fucking biased, but like, if I had to give it a fucking review, it'd be 5 out of 5, it'd be 10 out of 10, it'd be 100%, like, because it's my favourite band.
Is that gonna
Having
be
a
a-
good time, and
Okay.
is it going to be my album of the year?
No, is it going to be up there in the list? Because
It's going to get a high position. I know, and I am thinking about it. I don't know if I want to start fucking dropping everything now, because I don't think then that gives people any incentive to tune in next month. But
True.
The Darkness is well up there. I haven't really loved too many albums this year. I've been rediscovering old stuff. You know how it be.
Yeah, sometimes even albums you get about 5 decent tracks out of it, and I'm sitting going, oh fuck, definitely not. I goes, there's a lot more shit on it too.
So, look, I was really impressed with The Darkness, okay? And
I expected you to be nothing but. to be
I
honest.
know. I hope I fucking...
That's like someone waiting for my Metallica review. You know what it's going to be like.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Nah,
You probably loved Lulu, you fucking madman.
I have it.
You own a copy of it.
It's just sitting over there.
Wow.
Yeah. It's over there.
That's fucking mad.
But it's shit. It is. Well, Dragon off it is pretty good. Dragon and Iced Honey and maybe Thumping Blood, wee bits in it. Other than that, shite. Absolute shite.
No, that was a fucking big misfire. So,
That was the worst vanity project I think I've ever heard come together.
what have you got for me this month then?
What have I got for you?
That's The Darkness. That's that.
Okay, I'm going to blaze over a few things here that have come up in October, November for a few releases. We talked about Europe not too long
Oh,
ago.
hell yes. I've seen somebody posting about them
Yeah.
on Facebook recently.
Their new album, Walk the Earth, was out last month,
Well-
and new single off it. Fuck, it's
No.
absolute shite. No.
Bad.
bad. And I love Europe, especially recent
Modern
stuff they've
Europe.
done. Yeah, modern Europe. Yeah, might as well. I like that. Coin that then.
Okay,
Yeah.
but bad. I'm surprised.
Do you know what it was? It seems to be in a step. I would say I would like to say step back, but it's not step back as in
Right.
like fucking. It's gone back to like the OTT vocal tracks and shit. It just seems.
I love John Norham's guitar playing.
I was do you know what it was? I sat down expecting another Last Look at Eden or something. You know what I mean?
Last Look at Eden. What a song.
Yeah.
What an album.
And that's what I was
is
thinking.
Bag of Bones saying it's the album, or is it a song off?
Like, that's just a song off it. But man, do you know what it was? It was one of the first ones to sit down recently and go over that I missed out on, and I haven't gone back to it since. Just left a sour taste.
Right.
So that's Europe
I'm
out of the way
surprised.
for this. Trivium, the Sin the Sentence, sorry, has come out. Not too bad. Some of the videos for it actually improve. Listen, I don't really like that song, the Sin in the Sentence, but watching the video with it kind of.
I got scared off because of people saying that Matt Heafy was indulging like some of his black metal influences, and
No,
I don't really buzz off that shit. So,
it seems to be a weird mix of the cleaner vocals and all again, but not.
is
like,
there a
not
standout
like
track?
Crusade.
There's always a standout. Is there one song that's head and shoulders above the rest? On the last
Heart
album,
from
it
Your
was-
Hate, I think maybe.
What was it called? Sorry,
Heart from Your Hate. Heart from Your Hate.
Heart from Your
Yeah,
Hate.
it's really, I hate the longer names for song titles as well. The metal
Uh,
bands will pick. I fucking hate it.
Well, Silence in the Snow was the dinger off the last album. It was
Ghost or something, wasn't
cracking.
it? Yeah, the last one.
And the one before that, Strife, was the tune for me.
Was that the same one with Black on it as well? Or
No
something? I
idea.
can't remember. I can take or leave them Trivium sometimes. I can wait between 3 albums or something before I pick them up again. Then I'll just sit and churn through them all again. Same thing with Bullet for Valentine and anyone else from around that time. Kill Switch and all. I'll just wait for a few albums to come out and I'll just churn them out. So moving on to that was Power Man 5000, new wave album. It's a tune off called David Fucking Boy. So I looked at that and I thought, I'll have that. Let's see what that sounds like. Shit.
Terrible.
But there's a catch. It's catchy, it's memorable, but it's annoying because it's catchy and memorable. It sounds like they forced a song together to make it sound catchy and
It's
memorable.
just like all the worst parts of new metal coming back.
No, this
No.
sounds more
Just terrible.
No, they actually have a new wave theme.
Oh,
across
the
this
album isn't called New Wave.
It's called new wave for a reason, basically.
Right, so it's like
It's different. It's not what I thought. I was expecting Worlds Collide and all that kind of shit again.
you have
know what I
not sold me that album, but
Nope.
then I don't know anything about Power Man 5000, so
mean? Something different. What else? Skip over. Oh yeah, I did pick up Weezer Pacific Daydream. Also shit. October was shit. Was a shit month for a lot of albums coming out, I must say. Coming in through November. Now, there's one thing I did pick up on, which you've also looked through, which was Annihilator's album For the Mented.
oh,
Yeah.
bad.
You think it's bad. I think it's actually not as well. I wanted to say something about it because
But talk to me, don't let me fucking
no,
put
that
you off.
plugged my heartstrings. 'Cause it's one of the last thrash bands I haven't seen, and they're coming around Ireland here in April. So I'm buzzing to get fucking seeing them. So I think what it is are you aware of the kind of things that went on with Annihilator over the last couple of years with different albums?
They've
and
had
lineups
people in
shit?
and out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm aware there's a lot of like
Yeah.
turmoil going on there, but like I don't really know much about them. I know of Jeff Waters' reputation as a guitar player, but I didn't have really anything to love about that album. I just gave it a once over, you know.
Yeah, I think with this one, it seems to be there's a Megadeth effect with it as well. It seems to be the album that's going to be out before something even better comes out. Like it's kind of
Right.
like a placeholder kind of thing for a bit.
Like a 13.
Like Jesus, like a 13 or even Super Collider. No, Super Collider was just a different thing. Yeah, like a 13 was mixed up of. Do you know what happened? Why that was such a fuck up as well?
There's different drummers and stuff.
No, not even that. It was they started writing stuff for the album, and then during that time, Mistine had to go for surgery. So
okay.
that put a stop on creative writing. So they started pulling out demos and stuff that had from some songs. There was, Deadly Nightshade was basically written around euthanasia time,
So
and the songs from computer games put in and shit. So it was just a fucking muddle of an album to fill up
so you think
contracts.
Annihilator next go round,
I think they will because the last album.
and you're going to
had-
go see them.
Oh, definitely because I want to hear that older shit. I want to see
And have
Jeff
they got
Waters.
a good back catalogue, like, or
It's with a lot of bands like Overkill and all that. It's
patchy?
patchy, but the ones that are strong are very strong.
Okay, sweet. Well, maybe I'll go back and check some of that shit.
Check
out, but
that.
I'm not.
I just
gonna
got on the
bother.
defense about them for some reason. I don't know what it was. during
No,
the
I mean,
week.
I know
But,
more of their reputation, but I did not buzz off their recent album.
No. The only other thing really of merit, I do have other things I've listened to, but I could not. I don't really want to sit here and talk about Cannibal Corpse Red Before Black album. To be honest, it's grand, but I'm not going to sit and talk about Cannibal Corpse. No harm to you.
That suits me
Electric
down to
Wizard.
the
Electric Wizard. With
Electric Wizard. Did you listen to it?
I did.
Well,
It's pretty fucking good. Got me excited for listening to it. The worst thing was after I listened to it, instead of going back and listening to more Electric Wizard, I was then stuck on Uncle Acid because I was in my head going, "Fuck, that'd be a great gig." Seeing
well,
them
let me tell you what I thought of Electric Wizard and why I think that you went to listen to Uncle Acid after it, and it's because I don't think Electric Wizard's album is good. I don't think that Wizard Bloody Wizard is good. Like
compared to
It's-
everything else they've done.
it's
or
just less inventive or something. It's like completely just living or dying by like long drony riff sections, and it's like and like there's no creepy old samples. I know, look, it can't be dope thrown,
No.
but like, could you at least fucking try, please?
I think it seems to be a smart move in one sense. Because now thinking from this album onwards, whenever they go to play live, they have a better mix of dynamics, shall we say again, or time and everything else. There's going to be those slower, sludgier kind of tunes from this album they can put in to balance out all the other fucking stuff from the back and what else comes in new. So I like it. It's got a bit more of a mix. It means
is.
now the playlist I make for Electric Wizard updated now, it's going to have a good wee bit of more of a dip in it. So I like
Right,
it.
yeah. Okay, I
for
can see that. It has an absolutely awesome cover and title. I think it's fucking brilliant.
I think, do you know what? It just didn't live up to the
title.
The title.
Yeah, Wizard Bloody Wizard would indicate that it was going to be fucking epic.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wasn't sold on that one. That's not going to be my top albums of the year at all.
No,
like.
same here. There's a very few at the minute full albums. It might only be a top 5 list, to be honest.
Could be for me as well.
As long as the top 5 are strong, I'm happy enough with. But just to round off these, if you have.
Just when
Go for
before I forget, okay, and I won't fucking go deep on this one, but
What have you got?
a fucking punk, one of the punk albums of the year was by a band called Spunk Volcano and the Eruptions. Okay,
What a name.
incredible, like really, really good.
I always thought Discharge was just the best fucking name ever.
Discharge is a good one.
It
Like
is just-
Crass was always a good name as well. Like
Crass.
Crass is just oh my goodness,
nice.
one syllable to get all of that point across. Beautiful, but Spunk Volcano and the Eruptions cannot for the life of me think if it is self-titled or it has a title. I don't know.
I don't
but
think it needs another title.
very,
to be honest.
very, very enjoyable fucking punk band from England. I'll be back. We'll talk about them. They'll probably get a mention for the end of the year. Like,
Oh, that'd be
if
nice.
it's going to be a top 10, they're getting a place.
I'd say top 5 and then honourable mentions, to be fair.
It could be
Go
that for
route.
me then.
So, anyone submit an idea, go ahead. Let us have a nosy at.
What else you got from it?
Honestly, the only other thing of merit, and again, it's selfish to say, but yeah, it is basically that Metallica Master Puppets
deluxe reissues.
Holy fuck. That dropped on the Thursday night on Spotify, and I sat and there was about 8 or 9 discs worth of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Bar maybe the live stuff, because I did pick and choose what particular live songs I want to hear, because it was like fan submitted quality.
Right. Yeah. Some of it is a bit
Some of
dodgy.
it is a bit dodgy, but you had the demos, you had the riff tapes, you had the duel was fucking Jason Newsted's audition tapes.
Oh, you said this,
Holy
but I haven't heard
fuck.
those.
It's just weird if you know all the shit that was going on at that time, and you hear them not really up to scratch, to be honest, in the tuning room playing away, and then he's fucking running circles around them,
Brilliant.
going nuts. Creeping Death and everything is a fucking highlight of that in it. The working demos, the rough mixes, there's another track of Orion solos that didn't make it and stuff.
Unbelievable.
So I'm sitting there fucking drooling for days absorbing this. That's why I went and upgraded with Spotify, so I can now listen to it in work.
Okay.
Just run through those discs worth of stuff, and I don't know how many versions of Leper Messiah I've listened to over the last couple of weeks.
Loads.
Probably about 8-9 times the same things over and over again.
I just some of my favorite stuff from it was like there's like 23 seconds of a riff tape of the intro to Fight Fire with Fire, and you're just like, you know, like I've always wondered how the fuck he's worked that out. Like you know, it started so slow and so simple on a guitar,
Yes.
and then to hear how they orchestrated that. Oh, sorry, I said whatever I said, I meant to say battery.
Yeah, it was actually.
But the same sort of.
You
vibe,
also talking.
You know what I mean? But
for anyone else, we were talking about the Ride Lightning Deluxe. Not too
what
long
I
ago
found.
ourselves.
Okay, so I downloaded or I got Ride the Lightning and Master Puppets Deluxe 7 CDs
Brilliant.
each. Okay, what I thought I was gonna do was like listen to old live shit and hear them, you know, when they were all steaming and be like,
Yeah.
you know, alcoholic. But I actually found myself just being drawn to listening to the studio albums again,
Oh God, yeah.
and it was just
The mix
like
is subtle.
like. I don't know how well this is going to go down here, but I fucking just have to say it now that I've thought about it. But like, Ride the Lightning is the best Metallic album, and anybody that doesn't think so needs to get out of my face. I know you're an Injustice for All man. Now that I just twigged, I remembered. I was trying to think there. I was trying to think there for a few minutes. I was like, I'm gonna say it. But what is his favorite? Like, so I know what.
But it's Injustice and then Ride the Lightning.
Right. Well, okay. At least
So-
you've given me that. But
Oh Jesus
just,
God, yeah.
man, the way it comes in with
That reverb. That's all you could have to say.
What is it open with?
Fight Fire Fire.
Excuse me, yes. Fight Fire with Fire. And then fucking Ride the Lightning. Like, again, Thin Lizzy Worship. Harmonised guitar leads. I'm only realising now that, like, all the guitar solos that I loved as a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old, the stuff that still really, really stays with you because, you know, we only had so many CDs, you know, and
Fuck yeah,
stuff that you know backwards. But, like, so many of my favourite parts I just always thought sounded amazing, and I never knew that it was because of harmonies. Like, and
Yeah.
I still don't fully understand how to do harmonies. Okay, like, I'm a terrible guitar player, but like, I'm starting to appreciate that, like, there's something incredibly sexual about a harmonized guitar lead.
When it works.
Yeah,
There's ones where you're just basically.
But like,
wanking
case in
off.
point, intro to Ride the Lightning.
Do you know how many times
That is awesome.
See when that deluxe one came out, between the demo and between just the remastered version of it as well, because I think sometimes you forget, oh yeah, it's the remastered album as well, rather than just all the bonus shit. But you go to the bonus shit first, obviously.
Yeah. I was in the riff tapes of
Yeah.
both first straight away.
How many times just looped that one wee intro of Ride the Lightning itself, just to hear that high pitch, because it's so, that one intro as well sounds so fucking different than anything else they've done, or any other real band, to be honest. Just start off with that random wee high pitch.
I think you're right. Ride the Lightning is fucking great in and of itself, but I love how the album builds around Fade to Black, like, and then Fade to Black is the Ride the Lightning album in microcosm, like, and it's got that barn burner solo, and it's about fucking suicide, and it's just so heavy in terms of what it's about, and the fact that James Hetfield was fucking thinking about suicide because somebody stole his favorite amp. I personally find that
Yeah,
to
wouldn't
be
you?
kind of funny. Okay, I know it's not like,
Yeah,
but it's
but-
just like, damn, that guy fucking
When you-
loved that amp. He loved him that amp, and it was.
But when you had nothing else
like,
but that amp.
I relate because it was like, you know, it was like a nice white Marshall, and it's just like, you know, it's like, don't worry, James. Like, I secretly love glam as well. So, well, not secretly, but like, you know, it's like
It's no
a
secret.
white amp would be right up there if I was putting together my dream fucking glam guitar rig. Like,
It's up there.
yeah, it would probably be like a white Les Paul with 3 pickups, all chrome hardware, and
Like Steve out of Def
into
Leppard.
into a white Marshall.
Give me that.
No, well, that was black, but it had the 3 pickups.
Oh yeah,
The Black
my
Beauty.
mistake.
But I'm
Yeah.
more of a Justin Hawkins white Les. But
Right.
look, I think I'm
Right,
getting
like-
off the point. Ride the Lightning is fucking
What's
amazing.
what's the highlight track from that remaster then for you?
Maybe the studio version of Creeping Death, just because I had it on again, and it's just like,
Right.
what a
Tune.
fucking song. My favourite song off Master of Puppets, although it's incredibly hard to choose, is Disposable Heroes.
Yep.
Oh my god, I love that song. That was one of the first Metallica tunes I heard. Like,
One of the best driving tunes. If you're coming in, if I've got 15 minutes to get into work, that's on.
I'm just starting to hear it in my head here and all now, and it's just like, it's so awesome. But the most reduced, the most reductive riff tapes were what I really liked. Those ones where you could hear them pressing the buttons and
Yeah.
like stuff in the garage, anything that was a garage demo where you can hear
Essential, isn't
Lars being like, no, it's fucking da da da, fuck,
yeah.
you know, all that stuff. I love hearing how stuff gets orchestrated.
Yeah.
So I can't pick you a single one, but as I say, there's little ones that are like 15 and 20 seconds long, and you know, they're really, you're hearing the genesis
Yeah.
very early on in the idea process.
Cool.
And then to compare that, it's you know, not that I understand the music, you know, the music or the composition or how they would have developed that, but it's just fascinating to be like, you know, that's what that was. And then, you know, what I know it as is this huge fucking city-sized riff, and it's just, it's obviously it's a great sort of advertisement, a great way to appreciate the work of Flemming Rasmussen on both those albums, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh God, yeah.
So, you know, the production on those Metallic albums was sensational. Obviously, then when we move into on Justice, we can see that when they started to get involved themselves, it suffered.
It suffered.
The production suffered.
Suffered.
I'm not dissing your favorite Metallic.
No, that's okay.
So but they have been awesome. It's after the bad taste that the most recent album left in my mouth. I've been talking about it at length. I won't go into it. Just didn't enjoy it. It was just lovely to fall back into a little Metallica buzz for a while and just remind yourself, you know, like
things are okay sometimes.
No, it's just like, you know, they're the daddies for a reason. Like, and it doesn't matter. They can put out basically as many Lulus or Hardwireds as they want, and we'll still fucking pick it up. Yeah. So, that's been really fun. The Metallic, they have been great. Really enjoyed that shit.
It was just weird listening to that. As you said, like the riff tapes and stuff, especially on the Master Puppets one. There's something in it just made me laugh. Was there's bits where he's doing like a 4 count just by scratching the strings before he starts the riff. I only ever heard one other person do this, and that's John, the Mac Daddy, part of our other podcast. When me and him were trying to come up with guitar stuff, he'd send me things in his tape, and he'd always do that wee 4 count scratch before he'd start doing a riff, so you can hear the beat.
Build yourself into it.
Yeah, I started going, that's fucking cool. Didn't hear anyone else.
Paul Gilbert does that in all of his tutorial videos. His foot is always going, so you can fucking see what he's at. It's
just to hear people like at that point sitting there going like, it's not even just the fact how many different versions have we all heard of someone in their bedroom playing Master Puppets? Yeah. Right? Now we actually get to hear this is how they came up with it in their fucking bedroom. The same way.
One of the things that was like, as I say, I liked the most bare and the most sparse of the riff tapes, but there's one where there's one where it's just the middle part of Master Puppets. And like I've always sat and thought about that as like, how do you write a piece of music like that?
There's a great. I know exactly the track you're talking about, and as well as you go along in that on the remixes and the demos, you can start to hear different parts of the tracks being
start to get more full.
Oh, it just fills up. Right at the start, you can hear the cliff kind of thing that was just done on guitar by James. And you're sitting there going, okay, so you can hear that there, dun, 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 but play it out. Then scroll down a wee bit after a few more tracks, and then, here's another version of Orion. And then it's got a couple of layers on it. Then you've got another version of it which doesn't have any bass, but his keyboard's doing the bass stuff and all.
Right, that must be weird. So I don't think I heard that one.
Building, and then you get to hear the other wee bits of here's the solos.
Yeah, so maybe they're just testing the keyboard parts or something.
I think it was, or maybe even just to get a rough idea what tuning or maybe to put it in at. It's just different. And you can hear on one of the other wee snippet mixes, it was actually a wee bit faster at one point, and you can start to hear wee bits of reverb because that was just completely cut out. That's the main big difference between Master and Ride Lightning. Like the lack of reverb is insane.
The size sort of like
it's some weird.
Like I don't know if Master Puppets has a moment that's really as big as the Creep and Death breakdown.
Once I think
Die by my hand.
I still think once you get into Damage Incorporated, definitely, because it just doesn't fucking stop. Once that bass thing wahs down. See if you're sitting there again with the headphones on and all the wahs building in your fucking head. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually just realising how much I need to just put these onto my phone. That's what I do with music. Like
same.
The albums that I want to listen to, I move onto my phone. So like I'm gonna write it down. That's literally getting done.
Okay,
tonight.
I think we've sucked Metallica's dick long enough in this.
Well, we always
Sadly,
do. We always do.
Yeah,
well, I don't. I call those bastards on their shit. So anything else you want to go for?
Well, only other honourable one again, maybe in the last wee while. Well, 2. The Dime Vision Volume 2 DVDs.
Well, I actually heard really good reports of it, and I was like, fuck, that sounds really cool.
Yeah. Dime Vision 1 I enjoyed. I loved the fucking wee Meat Brothers rubber skit and all.
See, I haven't seen
David
it.
Allan Coe
I wasn't aware of it.
I only... Right, I've watched the home video.
I'm not a Pantera dick sucker. Like,
all right.
Or dick rider. I like them. I really like some of their stuff, but I worry that we've all gotten a little bit carried away. People got very carried away, and that's when I dipped out of them for a long time, and then just came slowly back into it because it was really big for Pantera for a long time. And then after Dime and every magazine had fucking pictures, and it just went a bit insane. Like I think what it is that I didn't like them for a long time. Like I just didn't like Pantera. I wasn't into music that heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
the darkness was my sort of
That was your
vibe,
jam.
and yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I liked. So getting into Pantera was a weird one, but obviously I love fucking big, massive, city destroying size riffs. Like, so
Who doesn't?
you start with your Cowboys to Hell and 5 Minutes Alone,
From-
Domination, Hollow.
For anyone listening, it was From Hell, not To Hell.
All right, what I said.
Cowboys to Hell is
Yeah,
like
well-
someone's going to give off, guaranteed.
But I don't think they're really as good as their reputation suggests. I think they're like as good as their reputation is, they need to be rated like one step down from that. I'm not saying much, but I just think we've gone, and certainly
It's like Slipknot.
people that are like, like Dime
would
is
say,
one of the
yo,
best guitar players
Slipknot
ever, and
is
it's
the same.
soloing and all. Well, I do like Slipknot, but I think, as you say, and certainly in mainstream media, but I think it's just because they've got Corey Taylor.
I think they're
there's
the only
always
ones that answer
drama,
their phone.
and there's always, I think they're a guguaranteed way to get fucking clicks.
Do they ever
your
hang up their
website.
phone? If someone rings them for an interview or to do something, do they ever fucking hang up?
No, well, it was
Honestly.
actually, I don't know if I was going to bring it up. I was probably going to bring it up in relation to something else, but
Go.
starting to hear the rumblings of a new Slipknot album and the abiding rumor that we're going to get a Slipknot double concept album, which is
Just give me one.
Really
decent
fucking
one,
interesting.
To be honest,
But-
because the Great Chapter was shit.
I like the
Absolute
Great
shit.
Chapter.
Well, I'm sorry.
I like the Great Chapter.
This is turning into therapy tonight.
No, I don't know. I really like the Great Chapter, but I don't think it's their strongest album.
Oh God, no.
I
There's no,
don't
like-
know if there were enough heavy parts in the vocals, and I never say that.
No, not.
Do you
from
know what I'm
memory,
saying?
No, yeah.
Like, you sort of expect a bit more shouting when it comes to Slipknot. I don't know. So my point was, we're starting to hear the rumors. I'm excited. I will be talking about it if the rumors get any thicker. But then, nothing is ever simple in the world of Slipknot. So when you have one day you're reading on Metal Sucks, great blog, shout out Metal Sucks.
Yeah.
Clown saying, we're fucking starting to write music.
Yeah.
It's going to be a double album, and then next day it's like Corey Taylor being like, holy fuck, that's news to me. Doesn't mean that nothing's happening, because it can happen without Corey Taylor knowing about it, but
Sorry.
it's just like, can these guys please get their fucking act together and like communicate with each other? Like, there's been so many fucking breakdowns over the years, and you're just like, right. But I'll just say, just to fucking put this to bed, I would be very excited to see a Slipknot double concept album. I think it's really, to be honest, I think it's something they need to do. Like, Great Chapter, let's get all those fucking Paul Gray demons exercised. That's what that whole album was about, and absolutely rightly so. The song
what,
that's
like,
really,
was it Saint
really
Anger
the
then?
song that's really, really specifically about him. Oh Jesus, I can't remember what it's called now. It's sort of towards the back half of the album.
Okay.
Like, really, like, sort of like affecting emotionally, and it really brought you on board with what they were going through. Like, so I think it was good. I'm excited for the new one because look at them, like, look at their vibe, look at the fucking, there's so much there to be, they've got so many little, right, let's call it gimmicks for want of a better word, okay,
Yeah, fair
but
enough.
they've got so many aspects to their art, might be a nice way of putting it. Like, let's get that all working to tell a story, and let's get a fucking beautiful headphone album, and let's have weird synth drone and DJ scratching interludes and old horror movie samples, and fucking make a statement here. Slipknot is what I want to say, because Great Chapter, you couldn't move for seeing it or hearing songs of it, but
True,
did it
yeah.
honestly set the world on fire?
No.
What's the bit? I can't even name the song that I'm thinking of. Negative One is a great song, but it's still kind of fucking simple in Slipknot terms. I think that they need to go. Obviously,
Devil and I
think little.
I kept hearing fuck it flat out.
Yeah, and
But
Stone
no.
Sour vocals. Slipknot tune, Stone Sour vocals. That
Yeah.
was sort of, I think that sort of hung against this album.
Yeah.
Was that there wasn't really just that little. But if they spin it out the right way, there's the right kind of dynamics, creepy atmosphere. Videos, they nailed the aesthetic in the video for the Negative One. They really fucking did.
Yeah, I'll give
Do you
them
remember
that.
that? There was
Yeah, I'll
like
give them that.
goats and children covered in black paint.
All you need is
and-
goats.
Man,
That's the one thing every Slipknot video
but
just needs to have is a
you know,
goat.
they just, I want them to fucking rubber stamp their career. I want them to fucking sign. Well, not that I want them to stop, but I need something that's going to
if
be
you're gonna start winding down now, you start
like
turning
All Hope Was Gone was kind of them half-assing it.
Yeah.
Great Chapter was
But-
them
yeah.
full assing it, but it not setting the world on fire.
Yeah.
So can we? I would love if the
Balance it.
fucking stars would align and the Slipknot album that I can fucking hear in my head will come out, you know? That I can sort of hear in my head, because I don't know where they're going to completely take it. But
Give me that one album that's going to make me go out and buy a Slipknot t-shirt.
do you know what
You know what
I
I
mean?
mean? Because it's not happening anytime soon.
And like just like they've got everything in place now, the mythology, the history, but now they've got a cohesive band that all work and they're all good at what they do, and you know, hopefully no fucking of that shit where they're fighting with Joey Jordison and all this.
Again.
And you know, James Root has had time to obviously come to terms with the fact that he's not a Stone Sour
Yeah,
anymore,
but along
whatever that was about.
That was fucking dramatic.
So let's make a statement here, boys. We've got a fucking massive opportunity. Let's do it. So let that take me on to the next point, the next thing I was going to mention, which is Slipknot related in terms of, here's a question I ask myself. What band?
Regularly?
Well, relatively regularly. It was like, what bands sound like Slipknot?
Besides Mushroom Head.
No, but like seriously, what
Cold
bands
Chamber.
took what the elements that made Slipknot work and made it work for them, and it wasn't contrived and it wasn't shitty? Who, in all honesty, can you point to and say that band sounds like Slipknot? Now, looks like, acts like, I'm not saying, sounds like, took the formula of sort of a bit of hardcore, a lot of death metal, fucking the weird sort of rapped vocals of the first albums, the samples, the scratching. Nobody was able to take all of that and run with it.
No, not to a success, but I
Not
think
modern Korn albums don't get as fucked up.
I would still say, because of that void of other people, maybe similar vibe. I'd say Panic Cell, to be honest, similar at times music sound. But not every Slipknot song had fucking scratchy shit going on either.
No.
So it's
Especially
very hard.
not later on in their career.
I'd always say the biggest thing about Slipknot was their image. It picked up at a time where that was the biggest thing going. Whatever video stood out the most, and it was just a different culture then for music. Completely different. That's why I don't think it translates
It was such a
now.
weird time. New metal's blowing up, hip hop's blowing up, pop music just hit another realm with Britney Spears.
It was that whole thing that here's a band that's trying to get seen but not seen, as in you don't know who the fuck they are. So you're stuck listening to the music the whole time, and you're grand. That music style I don't think worked with a lot of other people. So nowadays as well, when they're trying to churn out that kind of shit, you've got so many other better, to be honest, I say better musicians to listen to.
So, but you back me up in saying that nobody.
I want them to prove me wrong.
Really obvious.
No
sounds
one
like
really
Slipknot.
obvious. No,
exactly. So why the fuck not? Look at their commercial success. Why did nobody try and fucking emulate that?
I think it's because of that. Obviously, besides the fact that it need to be visual,
it's the fact that it
if
would
you
feel
copy
manufactured.
yes,
right?
exactly.
So the question I also be asking myself then, okay, I don't know why I'm bringing you in my thought process like this, but this is how
Korn.
This is how I think
Korn
about it.
still looks probably the closest, to be honest. I'd say
Early Korn,
yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
but with more of a weird hip hop band. So the thing
Yes.
that I think to myself then is, where did Slipknot get this from?
From Iowa.
And so I look back then at albums before them, and I think, you know, where is this coming from? So I think Pantera were a big influence.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I found one recently, a strapping young lad album called City, and I was
You
like,
never heard?
Oh
or,
my
God.
fucking God!
Yeah.
This
What have you missed?
is fucking sensational,
Isn't it?
It is so fucking bonkers. Now, I've always been aware of strapping young lads City, and this is why.
Games.
No. So you know I'm a big Ginger Wildheart fan.
No.
And he used to do a column in Classic Rock.
I think he's been
called
mentioned about 4 times tonight.
Ginger's Secret History of Rock and Roll.
Yes.
And one of the albums on there was Strapping
Your
Young
Bible.
Lads City. And he's an awesome writer. When he writes a review of an album, he fucking really makes you
Devon?
want to listen to it. Like, and it's like, gets you really juiced
Devon
for it.
or
What, sorry?
who writes review?
Sorry, Ginger was writing these
Right,
columns
so,
for
yeah.
Classic Rock.
Right.
And City was always featured. But I couldn't listen to it. Do you remember I was saying it's taken me, like, my taste in music, I've been able to tolerate more and more heavier stuff as I get older.
Or the
Because
more
I've been
you're talking to me.
exposed and I've been deepened into it, you know. But
I blame me.
it's been a gradual process.
Yeah.
So City was way, way beyond what I could listen to.
You've weaned yourself in.
And now, then I heard it the other night. Wow. I am impressed. And I've never dug Devin Townsend's solo stuff in a big way. Like, I've heard it and I'm kind of impressed.
I'm not a fan of the solo
It
stuff.
does,
but this,
like,
yes.
it's impressive, but it's not like.
No.
But City, How does he pull off those vocals? Wow. I am fucking impressed. Can we fucking put some on? Can we put City on?
We might take a break for a wee bit.
No,
No, I'll tell you what, we're close enough
just
to the
on
end,
the,
I
in the
think, for now.
background. No, we're are we? I have
think we are.
fucking. Well,
Well, here,
no, we have time. We have time.
do you want to hear a good wee mix, a good wee link to Strap Young Lad I was going to bring in,
Talk to me.
which is, I was listening to new Machine Head stuff that's been coming out.
One of my most hated bands.
But there's a good wee one. Fuck you. Joking.
Fuck them.
Beyond the Pale came out, single off it, and the opening riff is just unmistakably Strap Young Lad's tune Love, the same rhythm thing.
Is that
And
on
then-
City? Am I supposed to know that?
No, it's I can't, off the top of my head. I think it's Alien. Maybe I think it was off. Class fucking tune, memorable riff and everything on it. If you love stuff off City, you're going to love this next kind of level of
Okay,
theirs.
cool.
And then of course there's a Twitter thing back and forth. Each one's Rob Flynn going, oh, you know, obviously it's just
He's a
it was
mouthpiece. I don't like him.
coincidence, whatnot, blah blah blah, all the best and love, Stop Young Lad, and da, da, da. And Devin came out and goes, yeah, that's grand. He goes, things that got happen, and sure.
Devin.
Part of the Devin came out and he says, sure,
And he was completely cool about it.
He was cool about
Typical
it, but,
Canadian.
but also going, sure, anyone that's a fan of my music will know that this other part of the song Love is actually the exact same as a song by the band Yes, which is City of Love. And I never heard this tune.
Okay, I
And
don't
then
know
sat down.
Genesis. So
Then I sat down.
I bet Devin Townsend fucking does.
Oh
though.
yeah, but man, I sat down and now it's one of my new favourite tunes. Because now it reminds me of Strap Young Lad. I can't blast Strap Young Lad in the house, but I can blast Yes, not a problem. So that's my wee link to Strap Young Lad this week. So this is your new shit, your new tap.
This is brand new material for me.
Detox Sun City, isn't it?
I don't know track names. Okay, it's like track 2 and 3 are like my favorites.
Okay, do you have the list there?
No, because they're called. I think on my phone they're called like track 1, track 2, track 3.
I do the same thing. Best way.
Real dodgy download or something.
Do you know who's a good band to do that for?
Who's that?
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, it's track 1, track 2, track 3.
That's all right.
So yeah, so I'm impressed. I'm gonna be listening to them more. I think that's gonna be fucking cool. I'm excited for that. An album I heard about there was by a band called Bell Witch.
Oh yes.
Have you heard of this?
Yes, I've heard of Belwitch.
So you've seen the cover. Mirror Reaper, the album is called, and it is an 80-minute long single doom song with a 2-piece band, organ and drums. And it is. I've listened to parts of it. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've listened to it all, but like it's very, very sparsely instrumented. Like it's
Was it one take?
a very, very. I doubt it. It's a very, very. But they also
80
mixed
minutes,
in.
brilliant.
It's a tribute to their dead band member or a dead friend. Sorry, a dead band member.
Okay.
And it's
Is
the-
that why it's only
So
a
there's
couple
old
of
vocals
instruments?
mixed in and something, and
Oh, Voivod did that for a while.
so you know it's heavy, but like seems to have a lot of things going for it. Cool cover concept. It's an 80-minute doom song. Has an inbuilt audience to come with it, so I think they'll do. I hope they get. In the reviews that I've seen of it, people talking about the whole piece as a really, really good, like a piece of art. You know, like real classy and real just fucking emotionally heavy. And because it's doom, it's never trying to fucking double stamp its point. It just fucking sludges and rumbles on, and you know, I think that's perfect for the concept that they have going on, a tribute to a dead friend. Like so. Am I ever going to listen to it all? Probably not. Like, but I'll dip in and out of it, and I'll listen to cool parts, and I'll see. But just you know, there's so much crazy shit going on in the doom scene at all times. You know, it's
But the concept kind of thing really does suit Doom.
exactly.
So I don't really know too many straightforward Doom albums, to be fair.
I just want to underline as well the fucking
Paradise Lost,
cover is so fucking awesome. I'm so fucking impressed. So what I have also listened to this month is the new album by the Bronx,
Go for it.
or rather, I've tried to.
Oh, this we've really fucking got a downer on these albums this
I
month.
just cannot warm to this album.
Okay.
And I'm looking at reviews, and they're saying, oh, it's a return to form for the Bronx after their last album.
Does that not automatically make you go when people say shit like that?
But the problem
An
is
album.
that their last album, I would mark down as pretty much flawless. It is incredible. It is so intense and heavy in parts. But I didn't realize, because I don't know the history of them that well. I know that I love Bronx 4. Fucking start to finish, every tune is a belter. It flows. It ends on a real slow downbeat number. No. They just don't title their albums. So it's just the Bronx 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. But
this is deja vu. I think
all the vocals are fucking distorted on this new album. So the Bronx are like a hardcore band, or post-hardcore. I think everything has to be called post-hardcore these days, because
just to be PC.
If it's not just straight up hardcore, then it's not. So whatever the fuck it is. I cannot buzz off this album. I can't get into it in the way that I got into it on 4, and I don't know if it's the distortion on the vocals that's doing that. But to be honest, I think they've
purposely done. Then is it? Yeah.
They've purposely distorted the vocals, but they've musically gone for a more melodic sound, and some of the heavier riffage and the more intense parts of Bronx 4 are completely absent now. So, am I just disappointed because there's no heaviness? Well, no, because my favorite thing is dynamics, and if there was at least a bit of a mix, that would be good. There's a good song on it called Sore Throat, but one song does not an album make. So
no.
I have to say, I don't think I'll be revisiting this. I'd love to see what, I think a lot of people have liked it. So I don't know. I'll probably just dig out Bronx 4. So if you dig fucking melodic hardcore bands, Bronx 4 or any of their previous albums are fucking stellar.
So for someone like me, go listen to Bronx 4 first.
Bronx 4 you would like. Bronx 4, I am telling you would dig, because the production is really sharp, and it catches, but not like the production is like over the top or anything, but it's like it captures them at their most intense. And this is how intense they are. Okay, I'm sure I've said this on the podcast before, but they're an intense band that I want fucking intensity from. So maybe that's why I'm down on this album. But when they played Belfast, Matt Collin, I think his name is, and he came out off the stage straight into the pit with the mic and stand, and stood in the pit with all of us and just says, I just got out of prison, I'm going to do the gig from down here, and did the whole gig from down there. Yeah, and fucking mosh pits were whirling. It was pretty hardcore. So that was awesome. I've always thought they were awesome. I'm disappointed by this album. I don't want them to be another punk band that cleans up their act.
Right. Yeah.
Let Live's most recent album was all clean fucking vocals and more melodic, and it was good, but they have Jason Allen as their frontman, whatever the fuck his surname is, I can't think, but he's such, that they could change their vocals and there's still a focal point, or they could change so much about it, but he's still such a focal point, and they got away with it, is what I'm saying. But it was not the punk rock riot of Black is Beautiful or Fake History. So I don't know what it is with punk bands trying to go more melodic. I wish they would fucking stop. Don't get that sniff of success. Get that sniff of success maybe, and realize, okay, what's led to here, and it's been fucking hardcore fucking punk music that people want to hear. And if we want fucking melodic stuff, dude, there's so much else that we can reach for, but it's not what we want from our punk band. So disappointed by that, definitely. But on the positive side, dig out fucking Bronx 4. There's a song on it called Style Over Everything, and it is immense. Absolutely fucking massive, pal. Huge. Love it. So what I like to do now for a while is gush about my new obsession,
which is
Canadian former hardcore punk turned what I'm calling, and I don't know if this is a brand new genre term or not, thrash rock. Okay, so
thrash rock?
Yeah, so there's thrash metal.
Yeah.
So I would call this thrash rock. So it's a band that are formerly of completely hardcore roots, right? They're called Propaganda. So they're formerly their first albums, real punk rock, very, very politically active, very vocal about politics, a lot of very, very sharp lyrics. So they used to be, a 30-minute album hardcore punk band, but they've been adding more and more thrash elements over the years. And there are some really fucking heavy thrashy bits. And I know that I've sent you Victory Lap, one of their tunes. Yes. How thrashy is that? But it's not metal. Do you know what I'm saying? They still sound like a punk band, which is why I'm calling it thrash rock or progressive thrash.
Now, in my head, I keep thinking, man, I just keep referring to it as new wave British heavy metal, New Wabra. In my heart, it's still that.
I know,
Keep
but
that flame going.
this does not sound like that.
But it's closer, I'd say. But thrash rock, I in my head, I'm just like, it sounds like Poundland
But
version
listen,
of
you are going to love
thrash.
Propaganda. So I have seen it now. Their most recent album, that tune is off it that I sent you, Victory Lap. And the opening riff is awesome. And then with about 10 seconds to go, he just yells, "Stop!" And the fucking double kicks start pummeling. And that's not that it's double kick drums, it's double kick pedal, because they are still a punk band. They're not going double kick drums. They're just, your image just will not let you do that. But I'm seeing now the other tune, so that's not even a 3-minute song. It's like 2:57, and the other song is even shorter, like 2:14. It's called "The Field Imagineer," and it's kind of pop punky, but there's still thrash fucking drums in it, and the lyrics are so sharp in that song. It's very, very I'm really impressed with those. And their bass player does interesting lead bass things whenever they're just punk rock riffing, and that's incredible to hear. I love to hear a fucking bass player with ideas.
So was there something new that came out that latched on, or was this a random search?
My point is, I don't know how I came across them. I really fucking don't.
It was just one of those YouTube things.
But now I can't help seeing them everywhere. I think it was a review by Banger TV. And then I've watched a couple of I was watching like a dude that does reaction videos to metal songs, and he was covering their new song, and he was saying, I'm Canadian and these guys are pretty much my favourite band, and if you don't know them, check them out.
How chuffed are you got your wee shout out and all?
What's that?
Remember for the Mastodon thing?
Oh, on Banger TV.
Brilliant.
That was incredible. I must watch that again soon. Sam
brilliant.
Dunn reading out my words. Happy days. But
owning it.
Yeah, so I'm saving the rest of that Propaganda album. I want somebody to buy me the CD for Christmas so I can go and have an experience with it. You know my thing about listening to albums and always having a good experience first time round, so that you have good memories, and there's just constantly positive vibes surrounding that for you then. That is my fucking philosophy. Fucking get on it, people. Trust me. So I've been listening to older Propaganda albums, and I was listening to How to Clean Everything, their debut, the real punk rocky one, and it's really good. It ends with a Cheap Trick cover, and there's some cool, as I say, bass stuff and nice structures and different dynamics and different bits going on. And they have a song called Ska Fucking Sucks, but it's a ska song, so it's like
I like it.
Yeah, so and I hate ska, but they make it punk rock as well. Like
every so often, if someone else sticks it, that's one of those kind of things. If someone else sticks it on, I'm grand. I'll
if somebody put fucking ska on in my house, there would be fucking trouble.
Here, not in this fucking house.
Not up
someone
in here.
else's house.
Not up in here.
If I'm at someone else's house and ska goes on, grand.
Yeah, if you're in somebody else's house, that's cool. But if you come to my fucking door,
I thought that went. It didn't need to really be addressed. But yeah, okay.
Well, now it's being addressed. So there's a Propaganda album called Failed States, and there's some very heavy stuff on there. Like
just like a very metal kind of name, isn't it?
I'm telling you, man, there's so much for you to like about this band, and I think it's your way. This is the band that's your way into the hardcore scene.
I love how you're trying to mainly sell it to me more than anyone else.
Look, I can sell it to you. Yeah. I know, but I'm telling you, I just know, like, that Victory Lap is a great song. Field Imagineer is a great song. So the rest of the album, now parts of it are on YouTube as well, but I'm just being Will of fucking Steel on this one. I'm waiting, and I'm going to get that CD.
Are you going to burn yourself out of them? Is there only a few albums of these guys?
No, there's loads of albums.
Okay.
There's an album, let me see, so there's How to Clean Everything, there's Failed States, there's obviously the new one, Victory Lap, there's Potemkin City Limits, there's one that begins with T, Today's, Tomorrow's, Tomorrow's Empires.
Any standout kind of things, any links to like any...
I'm telling you, start with... The two new songs. They are two of the strongest single songs that I've heard. They're just outstanding. I'm so fucking impressed. Yeah, so that album came out, just dropped like within the last couple of months.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying I'm saving myself till I can get it.
Hopefully in time for the
in
list.
terms of if you love hardcore and punk rock shit, definitely get How to Clean Everything. It's awesome. But just if you're average metalhead, go in with Failed States and see does that take you in, because there's like heavy vocals on that sometimes as well, like very shouty for them, like very, very. And now this is a hardcore punk band we're talking about, or post-hardcore, whatever, whatever, because they kind of have like classic punk sound as well, and ska elements obviously at times, and look, they're fucking awesome. I wouldn't bring you something and say, this is your way into the punk scene if it wasn't rock and roll as fuck. I would not do that on this podcast. Like,
They're
I am
disgraceful.
genuinely fucking buzzing about this band. It feels like it kind of feels again like it was going headlong into the Wild Horse catalog, because it's like I can see that there's all this stuff, and I know the first album, and it's hardcore punk and ska and fucking Cheap Trick covers, and then I know the two most recent singles, and they're these thrash rock songs with these really, really, really fucking heady lyrics, and then I know the album before that is very thrash fucking metal, like, and
So where's the
heavy
jump between
vocals.
the
So I'm
first
like,
and the
there's must be such an interesting middle there, and
Yeah.
I see they give very detailed interviews about their ideas on politics and stuff, and the Field
American
Imagineer
or
was Canadian.
sorry, yeah.
The Field Imagineer, the recent single, is their first ever music video, and I love it, and I love how it plays out. So there's just, I'm loving everything about them, and I'm going to be balls deep in this by the next podcast. Will have to be after Christmas that we talk about Victory Lap, the album, but I'm going to put it out there now that that's probably going to take about a half hour. So
Okay, well, what have we got? We've got looking forward for everyone else. We will have our Christmas music.
We will
playlist,
do,
of course.
yes.
Has to be done. It's religious by now, and obviously we'll have a roundup. But the next time we're sitting down, it should be a roundup for the year. It's been
yeah, well, next month is going to have to be.
oh yeah.
And I would love to get on to sit down and shut up and do movies.
Oh, that's going to be great. Crack. I cannot wait.
Red Acre Radio we still have in the bag, recorded, needs edited.
Yeah.
But that is going to be a treat whenever we get around to doing that.
That's good mix of
and then we'll
bands
get
on
the
this.
next one fucking ready to roll as well.
Yeah.
And we'll keep trying to do a radio and a podcast probably every month, won't we?
I'm enjoying the radio once because we get to expand on something that we only.
And
want
now
to
that
touch
we've
on
done
here,
it once, like if
we
we
know how to
keep
keep
that
it going.
structure, keep that rhythm, that'll be sweet. And once that's edited down and everything's really sharp and there's no pauses and there's no that's gonna be so fucking good.
Child's play at this time.
Yeah, and then I suppose we'll have to talk next month about albums for 2018. I hope you're thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it, but
So talk about what's happening in 2017 and what we're looking forward to, I suppose.
to be honest, I'm spending more time trying to think. Is there something I keep thinking? Is there something else I missed this year? Is there that one album that's eluded me for some reason?
Well, I
So I want to try and see if I can find something. The top, obviously, I'm probably just guessing now. It's probably going to be top of the list. It's probably going to be Emperor's Hand at this point. But I'm sitting there going, I want to try and find something that's going to top it.
It's going to top Emperor's Sand. Well,
There's my quest.
although I have been
Which
away
probably
from it
failed.
for a good while now because I listened to it.
It came
so
on a shuffle
fucking
the other
much.
day. I was driving home and Steam Breather came on shuffle. And I was sitting there going, instead of just skipping, I goes, I'll keep it on.
Steam Breather keeps coming up for me on YouTube.
Yeah.
If I'm listening to something else,
It'll come back.
What I do is I type in Victory Lap Propaganda, right?
Yeah.
And I smash the button on Victory Lap itself, and then Field Imagineer comes on automatically, and then Steam Breather.
yeah,
So I've heard those three tunes have been going around in our office all week in my headphones, not everybody.
Sadly for them. But no, so I think that's what we'll be picking up. So next time you basically hear us, guys, we'll be picking up for Christmas and a round off for the year.
I don't see what album's going to come out between now and next month that I'm going to be even anyway enthused to do a fucking
No.
deep dive review on.
No, but I'm going to try and find something.
Oh, hopefully.
See what I
yeah.
can find.
Maybe pick up a copy of Metal Hammer or something and hook through the back pages and see there anything in there.
Maybe see, like, fuck, do you know what? I haven't heard. Maybe go back to a few bands I haven't heard from in a while just to see.
Metallica for me, that was just like, oh my god, I love Metallica, and now I remember
You're right
that.
back again.
Yeah,
You're back.
So I'll be listening to Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning for a bit. I'd say.
Don't forget the Kill 'Em All deluxe one is really good as well for the mixes of like.
Do you know what it is?
Blitzkrieg and
I don't even fucking know Kill 'Em All really. Like, am I missing out big time there? Hit the Lights is one of my favourite songs. I'll give them that, and Seek and Destroy, obviously.
Well, I would say definitely pick it up to hear. You're going to hear some of those earlier songs.
Oh, the fucking
better quality. You're at least going
So-
to be able to appreciate it quickly.
Yeah, because that was what I loved most about Ride the Lightning and Master Puppets. So it would stand to reason that Kill 'Em All, they're even younger, even more drunk, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll dig that, no doubt.
So you've got something else to look into that.
So what is the story now then? Is Unjustice going to get done? The
See,
question
this-
has to
right.
be asked, doesn't it? Surely, are they going to make an
Well-
official Unjustice for Jason sort of thing? And
This is the thing about it. Newstead was interviewed I'd say about half a year ago, probably at this point. Around the
6
time-
months?
Yeah, half a year, whatever. And he had noted that he was in contact with the lads, and he wasn't exactly saying what it was. And everyone gets buzzed thinking it's something else. It's like, that's not going to fucking happen. Just get over it. It obviously means it's things like tour photos and demos and all this kind of shit from back then.
Stuff
and
from
that
the
came,
vaults.
that came to light in the Master Puppets one. And on Instagram now, flat out, they'll be hashtagging and put up pictures of Jason Newsted like never before.
Okay.
So you're getting me things like
I
that.
haven't
in it,
noticed that now.
Which
I don't think I follow Metallica on Instagram.
I just follow him every day, everything I can. Like a fucking.
I know, dude.
I know. It's just my obsession, but fuck it. So, rolling from that, they've been building everything steady. They've already admitted that it's on the pipeline. Already in the Lars Ulrich It's Electric session he had about Master Puppets, they had Fleming Rasmussen sitting there talking about the album. So the other, I can't remember his name, the other producer, the first guy that took over on Justice, he was working with people like Guns N' Roses and stuff.
Okay.
So they took him on board to mix the album, produce it and stuff. Didn't work out, and then at the last minute they got Fleming in to take over duties and build it up. So it'll be interesting to hear it, because there's rumours before where they say things like they only use the mics on the drum kit instead of room mics, which limits the sound. You don't get that big fucking feel. So I want to hear things like that come out, be proved wrong, that they have all these different mixes. So when Newsted's involved and Fran Justice, it's guaranteed they're going to get him in to approve a mix. Guaranteed.
Well,
it has to. It's the only, because they have him there. He's in contact, already supplying demos and stuff. Because anyone that knows Justice, the main thing in that was his writing credit for Blackened, coming up with it. So you're sitting there going, you want to hear his tapes of bashing that shit out. Yeah,
and what it sounded like.
Oh God,
obviously with a full. Well, I like. It seems like it would be a silly move not to, like, because I mean, how much was that going to fucking sell?
Well, it's interesting because after this. Well, this is the thing as well. You're talking studio albums. I hope as well they're also going to maybe do a tweak of the original Garage Inc. as well, because that was a 87 before. So that's after Master Puppets. You've got Garage Inc., which came out.
Oh, the double disc covers thing.
It was double disc in '98. It was, the original one was only like 6 or 7 tracks,
right?
And it was a way of them to introduce Jason Newsted to the fans. Just do a covers album, and then they did the fucking On Justice after that. So I want them to do all of them.
Yeah,
but once you hit things, but once you pass On Justice, I goes, what the fuck? You can't improve on the Black album. You can't. There's nothing really sound wise whatsoever you can really do with that album.
But they'll still sell us a remastered version.
It's going to remaster. If anything, it's just going to be the tracks, demos, and live shit. So that's grand. But honestly, same thing. Master Puppets. To be honest, there's not that much difference sound wise on it. There's more of a sound difference on Ride Lightning, on the deluxe one, than the Master Puppets one.
So I don't know if I'd honestly noticed too much of it. I just thought that Ride the Lightning sounded really good, but I didn't really pay too much attention to those sort of things.
I do. That's all I do.
Because all you know is 80s thrash production. It's like all these modern newfangled things.
Man, even at night I go to bed and pray to Terry Date to make another great album.
Well,
that was.
I was just going to say
Metallica. I'm sorry, people.
I was just going to say, aside from Metallica, just to keep putting it out there, 2 of the coolest bands in the world are going to be releasing new albums next year, and that's the Marmosettes and Turbo Wolf. I'm always talking about them, but I do genuinely think they're 2 of the best bands in the world at the minute. Them and Alter Bridge, pretty much. Rival Sons as well, one of the best bands in the world at the minute. I'm talking about current modern bands that are putting out new stuff.
Yes,
not like your Metallicas and your dinosaur.
My dinosaur
bands.
band.
Yeah,
I know.
But just to say that I heard.
I'm just saying, Whitesnake and all still going.
I heard the fucking Marmosettes singles and I'm impressed. It seems a bit less fierce as well, though.
Okay.
A bit less, which is still pretty fucking fierce compared to anybody else. But just I don't want them to lose their teeth, because their teeth were. Like, I know that slightly softer song, they had like a pop song on their first album, like a slow, and she just sang instead of really screaming, and it got on Radio 1 and got that taste.
Buzz,
so hopefully that there is still a nice balance, because that's all I want is balance. If you're going to have like 5 that are trying to be chart toppers, you need to have 5 that are trying to be chart droppers, know what I'm saying? So don't let me down more.
How straight of you.
But just if anybody's looking for anything to fucking listen to, Weird and Wonderful Marmosettes is a fucking hell of a record, really, really fucking vicious. And there's a song on it about a hangover, and it's fucking like just a young punk rock fucking band kicking ass, a little bit of like mathcore leaning. It's fucking
different. Yeah,
they do different things with guitars, there's like just stuff that you or I would never think of in terms of like heavy or metal, but like they're very heavy and punk rock in a punk rock way.
Okay.
Just doing things a little bit differently. And
You're
Becca
selling it, you're selling it
McIntyre
well,
is
yeah.
just such a fucking focal point. Her voice is huge. Her screams are just like possibly my favorite female metal-y, hard, heavy vocalist of all time. And then Turbo Wolf as well. I've saved. I haven't got the single. I know if you pre-order, you get the download. But I'm fucking hoping that somebody will pre-order that shit for me for Christmas. You know,
Your list is getting bigger for Christmas.
Oh, you
here.
want to see? I literally have my list of Christmas things, but I just put literally everything that I want on it, or everything that I need before I go to Canada next year. So like, there's mad shit on there, like just like fucking stuff, you know. But if I got 2 or 3 things off it, I'd be fucking delighted. And I think that if 2 of those things were, you know, Turbo Wolf pre-order and Propaganda on CD, I'd be really fucking happy.
Well, all I want is a selection box and some links.
Oh, I fucking
That's it.
yeah. Anybody, I also want like a lot of selection boxes.
And socks.
Instead, if you're one of these people that's gonna be like, oh fuck, I'll just give them money, like just
No,
fucking
selection
turn
box.
that into money
Yeah.
or chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate.
Yeah, and just go down and get fucking look chocolate. We'll leave it at that. So that's about all that I got to say this month.
We shit on a lot, but I think there was a few good hits there.
Yeah, just hopefully I wasn't shitting on the Bronx album. I was disappointed. You might like it. Fuck, I don't know.
Oh,
You
sorry.
won't like it. You won't like it. Definitely not like. But
The new one.
the royal
Yeah,
you.
the royal
Everybody
you.
might like it.
Yeah.
Darkness, Pinewood Smile. Get it bought. Get it listened to. It'll literally make your day so much better. Oh shit! One thing I meant to mention here as well is I can't stop listening to that. Well, I was listening to intensely for a while there. That band Archspire, that technical death metal band they played you, that are just so fucking crazy. That they're really, really fast vocal. You know, really fucking.
I'm just trying
but
to
it
see
was
what
death
gets pulled out
ground.
next. Yeah.
And
It's
then
getting-
it had like a jazz blues fusion lick in the middle. You know, everything dropped out, and then it was like real clean guitar playing this jazz figure, and it was just like, what is this? I still can't get my head around it. Like fucking the bass player would be sweep picking and all, like, and I like it's just so fucking crazy. I'm trying to watch them doing guitar playthroughs of it because it's exploding my tiny little mind. Like I don't like fucking death metal, and you know, death metal that's deliberately trying to be technical sounds like my idea of fucking hell. But
Yeah.
I'm literally
Stick
just
to what you
blown
know.
away by how crazy this fucking sounds. Archspire. The song is Involuntary Doppelganger. The album is called something else. Like it's not literally called something else, but it's not called
It's not
Involuntary
called- yeah, yeah.
Doppelganger is what I mean. Get it, check it out. Do you know what it probably is? Because I'm so fucking fascinated by their guitar playthroughs and stuff. This probably just means that I'm gonna really like this album. So
could
I'll
be so
probably
biased.
I could be deep diving on that at some point in a future Red Acre music podcast.
Just line them up. We'll start going.
Yeah. So look, that's it. That's it for fucking November.
Yeah. Not too many highlights.
You're
though,
going to
but-
Royal Blood tomorrow night. We forgot to mention that. You'll have to fucking break that down for us next month. You
Yeah,
excited?
I'll break-
Have you been digging their second album?
No.
Not at all.
Not really.
It's just
but
more the same, isn't it?
It's more the same. But
But without that X factor that they had when they were brand new.
not exactly. The thing is, on the last show I saw them at in Belfast, they played things like One Trick Pony before it was out.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to see what other shit they're going to play, if they're going to follow suit and play some stuff that I haven't heard yet. Because some of the stuff I've heard before from the first Royal Blood album, 100%. Know that back and front, great. This recent album hasn't been 100% for me, so I'm sitting there going, I wonder what kind of a mix. Is it going to be older shit, or I'm going to push the new shit? Push it on me, make me fucking like it, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm expecting tomorrow night. But I want to hear some other new shit as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But again, I mean, I've seen them a few times now.
Yeah.
It's not like anytime I
It's
see
a big fucking
certain
place
night.
for them for a two-piece to play.
That's what I'm interested in as well. I'm relieved as well to find out that I'm not standing, I'm sitting. I was like, great, because I don't really like walking around Dublin, to be fair. So I'm going to have to walk around Dublin.
Park
Get a few,
in beside it.
yeah.
You driving?
No, I'm going to get the bus down. Fuck driving down to
Drinking?
Dublin. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Has to be done.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking. Especially now I'm sitting and just get the 4-pack.
That cruise from the fucking bus to the fucking 3 Arena was made for drinking. But it's very cold, man, so I would advise you to do most of your drinking on the bus.
I will do my best. Don't you worry.
Half bottles of Buckfast everywhere. It worked for me at Megadeth.
It works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you worry.
Right, well then we'll leave it at that.
I think we
All
will.
right, everybody. Red Acre Music fucking podcast number 5. That's it from us. We will see you soon. We're going to be doing Christmas songs, Christmas rock songs. We'll be doing our top fucking albums of the year and all that shit next month. Red Acre Radio will be dropping at some point within the next 2 months. So
Yep,
that'll
stay
be the usual shite talking, but with the tunes that we're talking about fired into the fucking middle, so that you know what we're on about. So that'll be a whole new fucking listening experience for you. All right, I've been Dónal Daly.
I've been Conor Maguire.
Good night.